the command to fire the gun. The number 4 will actually yank that lanyard. What it'll do is it'll pull that little wire out at the top where it's pinched. The friction to hit the black powder in the little tube, it shoots a bolt of flame down into the barrel itself, hits this powder bag and causes the gun. Now, if the gunner doesn't say a particular type of round, that will actually mean that you're probably going to fire a solid shot. Now, if the gunner calls out a fused round or an exploding round, the number 5 will actually stop by the gunner, lift that pouch, open that pouch up, and the gunner will inspect to make sure that that's the round that he called out to be fired. Which is why they painted them different colors. They had 2 different types of exploding rounds. They had shell, and then they had case. Essentially what these are 6-pound cannonballs that have been hollowed out. Basically they've been drilled out. They have a fuse plug placed inside of them. The shell itself, painted black, hollow with a exploding charge of black powder inside. Those were marked with quarter-second and full-second, quarter-second, half-second, and full-second intervals on them. That chart may say 3 seconds or 3. That flame will actually ignite this fuse, and ideally, this round will be downrange, however many yards it's supposed to be, and it's designed to blow up in front of and immediately overhead of the enemy infantry. That does cause them the most damage. You'll use that generally between about 500 yards up to the 1,400 yard range. You can do that. I would hate to fire exploding around any closer than 500 yards. That would just be, enemy infantry gets any closer than that, what you're going to do is generally within 400 yards, 300 to 400 yards and closer in, they're going to switch to the canister round here. They have only 5 rounds of this inside this particular ammunition chest.
1 case shot, 700 yards, load!
The number 1 is going to step in here in just a second and sponge. Number 3 is already tending the vent with that thumb stall covering the vent. And number 5 is bringing the round up. He's going to stop by the gunner here so he can inspect the round and ensure that they've got the right one. The gunner will now place the signal housing on the back of the barrel itself and start to sight the gun. Number 1 now place the round, seated it in the back of the barrel for it to be fired. The number 3 will come back here now to the hand spike, and he can actually lift that up and move the gun, traverse the gun either to the left or to the right, depending upon what the gunner wants to target the gunner wants to fire at.
Ready!
3 is going to poke a hole in that powder bag now with the priming wire. 4 is placing the friction primer inside the vent. Going to soon attach the lanyard. He's going to back away, put some tension on that. The nod to get out of the way for safety.
Fire!
And that's how they do it.
See,
This
fire.
is an 8-ounce black.